with yet another brother combination, the Carlson Brothers, Joe and John. One of the first families of Jefferson football. You've been kind of ingrained in Jefferson football since birth, of course, with your dad. Joe, what was it like growing up, being a Jaguar fan and part of the family from the very beginning?
Yeah, it was awesome, really. I mean, some of my earliest memories are, Fridays after school, going to Grandma's, having dinner, and then heading over to Lincoln and watching a football game. And it's just, it means so much to our family, even still, like everything still, you see our family have so many family members have gone here, old friends, and it's go Jags, and so it's been really special and something that is obviously always going to be in our heart.
Yeah, I completely agree with everything that he said. I mean, like he said, the early memories of coming to the field on Friday nights. For the longest time, I wanted to be part of the marching band. I thought that was the coolest thing when I was little. That didn't pan out for me, but and then continuing into high school, it meant even more going out there and playing when you've grown up with it so much, and then being able to play for your dad too. It just makes it all that more special, and just so many memories that you're just not going to forget. Before high school, during high school, and then even coming back after high school to a lot of games as well. It's just a lot of great memories that are going to last a lifetime. So.
Yeah, marching band was the only way I could get on the field, so I appreciate that. Do you remember growing up and wearing the sweaters that were custom made for some of the Jaguar kids, Joe?
I don't actually remember. I've seen plenty of pictures in it. But I do remember, I don't know, must have been picture day or something over at Lincoln Field when we were both really little, and Johnny and I were both running around with little shirts on that said we want to be just like our dad, the coach. So I do remember that one, but it's just everything has always been Jefferson.
When did you decide, John, growing up, your older brother playing football, when did you decide, hey, I want to play, you mentioned marching band, but obviously you had a higher skill set than that. When did being a part of Jaguar football become a reality for you?
I think ever since I started playing just a little BAA football, I kind of knew that, I just loved playing it so much that I wanted to kind of continue it as long as I could. And obviously being able to play here meant a lot to me too. So really just ever since I was little, flag football, just kind of knew I loved the sport, even when it's not even, organized football, going out with your buddies or going out with, Joe on our trampoline just to play football. As long as we could somehow get a ball and play, that's really something I love to do. So kind of just from a really early age, knowing that I wanted to play, and then kind of continuing it throughout high school and on. So.
For each of you, when you're able to step on to that Bloomington Stadium field for the first time, having grown up your whole life as Jaguar young men, to be able to step on that field for the first time wearing the Columbia blue, what did that feel like?
Kind of felt like a dream come true. The first time, actually my first start was at Lincoln against Kennedy, which it doesn't get any better than that. We don't need to talk about the result of that game, but it feels like you've seen this your entire life, and now you finally kind of get to live out your dream and play on what you've watched your whole life.
Yeah, I think kind of the same. It's really special to do. I remember when we were little, we got to be out there on the field as ball boys and just helping out as what we could. And I just remember thinking, how cool those high school coolers were that got to play Jefferson football, and then just being able to do it myself, get out there and play in front of a full stands and all your friends sitting in the stands. It's kind of a feeling that you'll never forget, and something that isn't quite matched by a lot of different things.
What was it like to have that dynamic of your father being the head coach? Not a lot of players have that. What were some of the positives and maybe some of the drawbacks or challenges with that?
Well, for me at least, and he was always a defensive coach. I was a quarterback, so there was at least a little bit of separation there. But ever since we were little, he's always been our coach. Whether he was actually our coach, which he was sometimes, or not, he was always kind of, helping us grow and teaching us certain things. And so it really didn't feel, to me at least, like that big of a change. He's always been kind of the one you look to for advice or for help. So the title of head coach. He's always kind of, I guess, been that for me. But yeah, it was a super special experience. He got the head coaching job my senior year, which was really special to spend that senior year like that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great. And not a lot of people can go home and tell their children to throw more fade balls after the game, so it works out pretty nice. But I think it is really special, and I think a lot of people think, oh, he goes easier on you because you're his kid. I think it's the complete opposite. I think he pushes you in so many different ways, which is makes you a better player, makes you a better person, just kind of in life in general. And again, it's something that not a lot of people get to experience, to have that coach for 4 years of your high school career, and something that looking back at it, you wouldn't want to change for anything.
You were part of a team, John, that went to the state tournament in 2014. To do that with your dad as the coach, how special was that fall to be able to realize that dream that hadn't happened in a long time?
Yeah, it was super exciting. I just remember after that game, they hadn't been to state in 20 years or so. So after that game, our whole family's there. We get to come down and just have everyone experience that. It was more than, at least for me, more than just kind of the team effort that went into it. It was more of a community and family effort as well, which was super cool to see. It wasn't just celebrating with the teammates, but you also get to celebrate with the people closest to you, and just seeing, how big of a goal that was for the program, and then to be able to complete that. And be part of the team that completed that was something that was super unique, and something I was super proud of that we were able to do. And I'll always be proud of that accomplishment that we were able to complete that year.
Both of you went on to play college football at the same spot. What was it like playing at Bethel, close by? Obviously, friends, family could still watch those games, and then playing together on the same team. How special was your time at that college level, Joe?
Yeah, it was really special. Getting to actually play with him and kind of, share the field together, because in high school we overlapped a little bit, but not really. And so it was really cool to see him grow from, obviously I've seen him since he was just a little kid, and I'd have him running around and throwing balls at him and playing on the trampoline and knocking out his tooth, all the way up to, I think he's probably still has the record for the longest touchdown at Bethel. And so just to kind of see that growth out of him was really cool.
What was it like playing with your big brother, John?
Yeah, it's super cool. Like you said, it's nothing, we hadn't really actually played together before, and it's super unique because you can't, after a game, go to your quarterback and tell him to throw you more fade balls afterwards as well. But yeah, it's something that's super cool. We didn't get to do it for a very long time, but just to have that experience, you play so many games in college, and the games that you play with your brother as a quarterback are the ones that you're going to remember more than the others. So again, it's just, we were so lucky and blessed to have different situations and games, and be part of things that not a lot of people get to experience throughout their football career, whether that's high school or college. So yeah, just super lucky to be a part of that.
Things have kind of come full circle a little bit. You're both gone from Bethel, but now your dad is there. So what is that dynamic like, that now he's following in your footsteps?
Yeah, it's cool. Football has just always been a part of our family, and we're not at Lincoln every Friday night, but at least now we're up in Arden Hills on Saturdays, and still watching him coach football and get after young kids is always something cool to see.
John, has his sideline demeanor gotten any more peaceful here over the years, or does he still have that fire?
Hopefully just having some grandkids has calmed him down. It's made him a little bit soft, a little too soft. Maybe that comes with age too, but maybe that's good. We're getting into a different kind of age now, where it's he's more of a player's coach, I would say, than before. But the way he coached before was really fun to see and be a part of, and they'd be like, yeah, I experienced that at home, so it's about time some other people get to experience it alongside of me. So it's super fun to kind of just see him, and just now that we're not playing, to actually watch him coach and kind of see what the actual demeanor is and what the tactics are and what he does. It's something that's super fun to actually just kind of pay more attention to now that you're kind of just on the sidelines watching.